So Skate Season 1 is here, and there's some good changes, and there's some bad stuff in here as well. We're going to be talking about the bad in this video. I went through all of like what's new in Season 1 in a different video, so if you want to kind of go through that, there's timestamps in that other video as well. We go through the patch notes, we go through the different changes, the Season Pass, or the Skate Pass, whatever, you know, different things like that. That's not the focus here. The focus is kind of diving a little bit deeper into one of those topics, which is the Skate Pass. The Skate Pass is something that I had high hopes for, and I know it's only Season 1, but for Season 1 even, I'm not feeling very very satisfied or confident in it. I feel a little disappointed. I don't know if you guys feel the same, and I would like to get your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. You know, if you agree, if you disagree, maybe you're somewhere in the middle. Do let me know, because again, it's always good to hear what you guys think as well. Not just take, you know, my word for it. But again, this is just kind of sharing my thoughts. So, what is the Skate Pass? Well, if you don't know, it's kind of like a battle pass. You know, think about, you know, Fortnite was kind of like the first one to do it back in the day, really. And then, we got Call of Duty doing it, Apex Legends doing it. You know, we got, whatever else. Pretty much everyone has some kind of, battle pass sort of thing at this point to some degree or another. So that's essentially what it is. It's a season pass that you can basically get that has a bunch of rewards. There's some free rewards in there, or you can buy the premium pass and get all of the, premium rewards as well. But to get the premium pass, it's going to cost you $10 US. Same thing as you would expect in like Fortnite, Call of Duty, whatever. All that stuff. Now, the good thing is, unlike Call of Duty and Fortnite and stuff like that, more similar to Marvel Rivals, the way it works is that if you don't finish your pass in this season, you can still work on it in Season 2, Season 3, whatever. So the pass is not going to go away. Once you've purchased that pass, you get to keep that pass and work on it whenever, which is great. I think every single company should do that. So I will start this off by saying, where there's something that's good, but it's not all good. So let me open up my menu. Let's go over to the pass, brand new section here. And you can see the top right corner, there's these things called ticks, okay? Let me actually, not the bug, like TIX, short form for tickets, basically. To earn them, you can go to like these different challenges that show that you can earn tickets on them. Complete those and you get a bunch of tickets, right? Pretty easy to earn tickets, honestly, if you can max out these challenges. But again, it kind of leaves you with the same problem with this game right now, is that it's just repeating the same challenges again and again and again. Either for, rip score and that other currency, I forgot what it's called, the orange one there, you guys can see, or for ticks in this case. So it's kind of feeding the tedious, repetitive nature. Same time, having these challenges is better than nothing. Skate 1, 2, and 3 didn't even have this. You would just skate around aimlessly, which was part of the fun. But that's pretty much that, right? Also doing your tasks daily will give you 60 if you complete them all. Each task is given a different number, so that some of them are 40, some of them are 50. The weekly can be up to 400 for when you do like all of them. Each one is about 200 to 250 roughly, give or take, as you guys can see here. So it can add up. And then you also have seasonal tasks now that have been added as well, as you can see, that'll give you nice big chunks in there as well. So you got 55 days. So 2 months is basically for Season 1. So if we go over here to the Season Pass, they're doing it in kind of like magazine format, which is pretty cool. So Marvel Rivals are doing kind of comics. This is doing kind of like skate magazine format, which I think is cool. Maybe they took influence from Marvel Rivals, maybe not. Either way, it doesn't really matter to me. It's a cool concept. I don't mind. When we go here, we have 9 pages. 9 pages, right? So we have page 1, you can see here, and then, we go all the way to the bottom, and there's a bunch of pages. So let's go through each page one at a time, and I want to pick apart what some of the rewards are and what some of the pros and the cons to all of this is. Now, remember what I said. If you want to get the premium pass is going to cost you some actual money, right? So if I go and I hover over this right here, this is a premium. Anything that has a locked thing here is premium. So this one's a premium. What if I want to get the premium? Well, you can see it's 1,000 of these credits, if you will, whatever they're called, right? If I click X to buy more, this is Canadian currency. I'll give you guys the American currency version here, but for 500, it's $6. That would be $5 USD. For 1,050, it's $13.50, and that's going to be about $10 USD, right? So essentially, you're paying $10 for the battle pass, like you would in other games, right? Like I said, pretty much every other game is charging the exact same thing, which is kind of weird that every game thinks that they should be charging the exact same thing, because not every game is offering the same amount of value. And this is one of these games where I'm like, this is probably a $5 battle or season pass rather than a $10. So let's go through the items. There's some cool stuff in here. You know, like some of the grip tape. I mean, like that's some pretty cool grip tape, you know, some pretty interesting graphics. You do get, I calculated this earlier, if you do all of the battle pass, you get a return of about 300 of those bucks, the currency, the ones that you would pay for, which is about $3 worth. So it's not going to give you enough to kind of feed into the new battle passes, like, you know, Fortnite, for example, would do, or Call of Duty. But it'll give you enough to get a couple bucks back. Better than nothing, but still disappointing. We have some rewards in here that just make no sense to me. That's part of a battle pass reward. Some of these are cool, like the decks and stuff. You know, some of these clothing options are pretty cool. Not that one. I don't think that one's very cool at all. You know, we got some stickers. We got some more kind of grip tape kind of stuff. And again, a lot of these, you know, wheels. A lot of these, like, you can earn different kind of cool stuff like this, you know, just from playing the game. But some of them are going to be in the battle pass itself as well. Right? So you can click info, by the way, to see how this works. This is kind of a breakdown of how the battle pass, or the skate pass, excuse me, works. So that's that. Let's go down though. So this is page 2. You can see how many ticks you need to unlock page 2. And again, keep in mind, so this is free, this is free, this is free, this is free, right? These 3 are free. On page 3, this is free, this is free, this is free, and these shoes. Like, it's just plain white shoes. They're free at least. They're not under the premium. What's weird is having a backwards black baseball cap that is just a premium item. It's not even a free item. It's a premium item that's locked. It looks cool, but it's kind of dumb that it's like, why? It's just a plain black hat. Very stupid in my opinion. If any devs are, by the way, are listening to this, please take this as constructive criticism. I'm not just trying to like be like negative for the sake of being negative. I'm genuinely trying to say what I think is dumb and what I think is cool. Okay. So I hope this comes across constructively, even if my language is very blunt. Okay. So you get this for free. You get this for free. I get some cool stuff in the free rewards. I will say that, you know, you get that for free. It's, you know, cool, whatever. Some of the locked rewards are cool. Like, you know, it's a cool design. You know, these wheels are cool design. You got these pants. They're just normal pants, man. And there's like it's like the premium reward, the legendary, if I might add. It is the legendary reward for this category. It feels like it just lacks creativity. This season, sorry, whatever called skate pass. The next page, again, there's some cool stuff they're adding in the free category, which I like. These credits are free. All right. So far we're getting most of these credits for free. You know, but again, you know, these wheels are pretty cool. I like it. The black and red. I'm a fan. Okay. But then we get the you know, kind of the pants, the shorts here. And again, it's just like, really? This is part of the premium? I just like, really? Okay. All right. Whatever. It doesn't really make sense to me. And then we're going through this, right? Again, some more cool stuff free. But then we got like, oh, look, another baseball cap. This one's forward. It looks a little bit different. It has a design on it. And this one's locked too. Okay. We got some cool, like white sort of Nike knockoffs that sort of look like that are, you know, under the premium section as well. So far, like none of this is selling me on the premium items, right? We get to this page and it's a little bit cooler. We get, oh, look, we got a white hat. This one's free. It doesn't make sense to me. You know, in Skate 3, you choose a hat and then you choose the color and it's part of the customization options. But in Skate, well, you want these hats and these different colors of hats. Well, they're part of the Skate Pass. And some of them are part of the premium. Now, I'll say these boots are pretty sick. this makes sense that they're under the premium. I'm like, all right, these boots look kind of cool. Okay, all the other stuff is just plain and boring. That's kind of cool. These shoes are kind of cool, right? I understand why these ones are maybe under the premium. The other ones made no sense to be under the premium. Even this looks pretty cool as well. All right, we got some cool designs on this page. You know, we're going through, you know, again, these are some more free stuff. That one's locked. Cool design, right? Cool design. This one's locked, right? I get that, right? Kind of weird shirt, but sure, whatever. Cool design here, you know, it's locked. Funky looking kind of maybe 90s shirt. Sure, maybe that one makes sense to be locked as a premium. You know, whatever. Again, we're going through. We're getting close to the end here, right? We're getting some cooler pants now, right? This one's free even, actually, though. You know, it's a pretty cool deck, right? Some pretty cool shoes. This one's locked. Makes more sense. They're a little cooler, a little less plain. These pants, I'm not completely sold for this being under the premium, but sure, let's go on. And then we get to the final page. The final page is usually like the really cool stuff, right? And there's some pretty decent stuff here, some cool grip tape, you know, different things like that, right? We're getting here, you know, we got some plain, like kind of like white trucks with, you know, kind of, I mean, there's blue in it and orange in it. Sure, whatever. Kind of matches the scheme of these wheels and whatever. Pretty cool, right? All right, sure. But then we get to this. And I'm like, okay, it's cool. It's cool. It's a costume. So I understand. I do understand why this is like the kind of max reward. It's just like it's a full costume, but it's a chicken. It's a chicken, and it's just, I don't know. It just feels like this whole battle pass. Sorry, I keep calling it battle pass. This whole skate pass is not offering enough, in my opinion, to be worth $10. Keep in mind, everything that we just went through, and again, this is a skateboarding game. It's a little bit different than, you know, Apex Legends and Call of Duty and Fortnite. But think about everything that Fortnite offers for $10 or Call of Duty for $10 or whatever else. And then you see this and you're like, this is like, even for a skateboarding game, like for the equivalent of, I'm like, this isn't $10. This is like a $5 battle pass, in my opinion. Again, there's some cool stuff, and I understand a lot of work went into some of these things, but I don't think it's worth $10. I think they are overselling it. I think they are greatly overvaluing what is being offered here. They need to step it up a little bit. Okay, there's some cool stuff. Don't get me wrong. But there's some stuff in there that, like, it shouldn't even be in a skate pass. It should just be like, this is just part of the normal customized, like the black hats, man. You know, they're not even cool, fancy hats. It's just like, here's a plain backwards black cap, and it's under the premium. Like, I'm like, well, I'm sorry, what? That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. That should just be default. Like just like standard baseline customization option. When you're customizing your character, you have the option to choose a hat and whatever color. You know what I mean? Like, there should be like cool fancy designs that are in the pass. And you know, there's some fancier designs for stuff, but there's a lot of plain stuff in the premium pass, and it just feels like filler and bloat. And so I don't know. I do not approve. There's some, again, the chicken suit, it's cool, but everything combined is like, this is not a $10 pass. So for me, you know, how would I rate this very first Season 1 skate pass? Not good. Not good. Like, you know, if it was a $5 pass, I'd be like, okay, maybe it's a little bit more worth it, but still the content in it is still like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. And 6 is being generous. Maybe even 5 is being a little generous. I don't know. But again, my final analysis is this is not worth $10. That's my personal opinion. It's subject to, it's subjective. What's worth the money for me might not be worth for you. But this is where you guys come in. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think it's worth the money? You let me know. I did not mean to make this video super long. You're probably thinking like a 15-minute video just rambling about the season pass. I wanted to be in depth. I wanted to really, really analyze it, kind of talk each reward, really look at what it's offering, and give my honest thoughts and feedback and impressions and sort of like a review, if you will. So you guys let me know what you think. But that's my final thoughts. Hopefully it'll improve in the future. Now we got some nice things to talk about in a different video. We talked about some of the patch notes. The gameplay is a lot smoother and things like that. So there's some stuff I want to say, excuse me, Lord willing, in another video that's a little more on the positive side. And I did still have some positive things to say here within my critiques. But there were some heavy critiques to give. And hopefully they'll take these kind of things that the community is giving them and continue to improve upon them. And I trust they will. So thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe for more if you enjoyed it. And let me know your thoughts again in the comments. Till the next one. Game on. We'll see you guys soon.